What's up, everybody? Brian Wagner, lead content creator at Dragzine.com. And everybody knows I'm a sucker for stock and super stock cars. Just love them. And there's nothing I love more than a good old third gen. And my boy, Troy Huntzberry, right?
Yep.
Just happened to be by this car. I'm like, is this your car? He said yes. And I'm like, I want to learn all about it. Now, Troy, what year are you running as this weekend?
So this weekend's in 1990, running GTJ automatic, 230, 279.
What?
So,
what are some of the other like variations you run?
It's really bad in badass car and Super J, but obviously I forgot my weight back at home, so we'll just run that. No importance on number one this weekend, so not paying that money this week.
So what's this car typically run ET wise when you're in this trim?
And GTJ, it should run 950s all day long.
950s. What's the index for GTJ?
Index is 1070.
Okay, so you got plenty in the bank with that.
Yes, sir.
So what's the story behind this car? Because you said you bought it from a retiree deal. What's up with that?
So the car came for sale. Two brothers were getting out of it. It came for sale. Had the same motor that I have in mind, and we always try to keep all that stuff to ourselves. If we can sell it inside the same engine builder, we keep it that way. So it came for sale. Obviously, when I said I wanted it, the deal was done, because we don't want anybody else getting the motor and kind of destroying it. But I ended up with it, and then we repainted it 2 years ago, and it's a lot of fun to drive.
I was gonna say, you said your family's been racing since the 60s?
Yeah, my Uncle Harry got in there. He ran A-Gas back in the day. He had Bill Stiles' Hemi car. He owned that back in the day, the Barracuda. Then he got he famous for the 69 Camaro and J, and it's always been in my family's heart, like Super J and this. And we got another third gen that's Super J that I had a Goulias motor. Now everything's Gale Poly after Goulias retired. So now we're stuck with all Gale Poly motors, and they're running great.
Now Super J, that's a brutal index, isn't it? That's why you wanted to keep that motor, essentially, to keep that knowledge in the family,
correct.
Right?
Correct. I mean, it's got hit one time with a heads up when I was driving at Charlotte, which worked out. I won that national event that year. But it's still got a little bit of horsepower that year, like 110 pounds. So, but it's still, carburetor can't keep up with us. It kind of sucks in a sense, because that's like old school, like back in the day, the carburetor gurus and stuff, they enjoy that, but fuel injection kind of took over, and this car can run 140 under in Super J. So, I mean, it's a pretty badass piece.
What is it, I always like to know, what is it that you like about class racing? Because it's a completely different animal, honestly, than any other form of drag racing, because you basically have to be almost a bracket racer and a heads-up racer at the same time.
Correct. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you got to change. I mean, as far as you got to put weight in it, put restrictor plates in it to slow it down all the time. But, like, heads-up racing is like no other. I mean, tree comes down the same, it's like, do you sit? Do you not sit? I mean, it's a game in itself. But heads-up racing, class racing, I mean, I was brought up into it. My uncle and my dad just lives for heads-up racing.
And it's a game, and it's a game with the tricks you guys do to make these cars, and you've got a heads-up round. I've heard everything from draining oil out to the bare minimum to icing cars down with dry ice. I mean, there's a lot of tricks to basically wring every ounce of power out in there.
Yeah, it sucks. Honestly, it does suck, because if you get into late rounds and then you got to change something over real fast, and third gens aren't the funnest to work on. With trying to take the oil filter off, it's just a pain. Everything's so tight inside of them, it's just a pain in the butt to work on.
Now, do you have a class one at Indy?
I do not have that one.
Isn't that the one that everybody wants, right? I
do. I went out there 3 years in a row. First 2 years, I blew the shit up. I mean, on 7 runs on a brand new motor, and it's just, I mean, I want to go, but then I love my summer times, and that's always a holiday weekend. I really do want that. Eventually I will get that, but like trying to figure out when I want to do that, because I mean, I love summer times on the river, and racing just like drags on all year long. Now it's early, I don't have to worry about work at home. Weather sucks, so it's like, now it's time to play. When Labor Day weekend, Indy, it's just a drag out, just wear your ass out.
And it's basically a week there, and it's that class Wally is so sought after, but I mean that is most definitely a earned, not given, right?
Correct. Yeah. When you go out there, you're doing everything possible reason for blowing stuff up. But yeah, I really want that one. I don't know if I ever get it. I don't know if I'll ever make time to go out there and waste a week of my life and go out there in blood, sweat, and tears. And but definitely that's as bad as you win that class, you're the guy.
Now, is there anything that besides that you want to accomplish with this car? Is it just, racing's kind of the thing you do to have fun, or are you chasing?
I want to win the world. I mean,
so you chase worlds.
When I came down here, I was like, I got to treat this as a job. I mean, we got I'm in stock and super stock. I mean, that's $60,000. If I can get that right off the get this year, I mean, that would be tremendous on paying the travel expenses. But no, this is not a job. It's a hobby.
Yeah, there's the guys that your Justin Lambs of the world that will run points to the ends of the earth, and there's guys that they want to keep it fun and make it a hobby, right?
Right, correct. Yeah, I mean, I normally fill up all my points races in national events, and hopefully at the end of the day I have a chance. But that's my dream, trying to make my dad proud. He loves racing, proud of me for what I've accomplished so far in 5 years. So sky's the limit. I'm getting older, so you got to get it done sooner or later before you're just one of them old guys showing up on a vacation day and just want to drive down the track. I don't want to do that yet. I want to win races.
You know what? That's what it's all about, man. It's a beautiful car. Make sure you tune into dragzine.com. We'll have a little bit more about this car with a bunch of pictures.